Howdy, folks. Bobby Buzzard here. Welcome to the Bobby Buzzard Show. I'm Bobby Buzzard. You can tell because I got a V on my hat. A beautiful V. Anyway, today's an extra special day because over the weekend I had a special guest visit me, and I said, "Hey, Tony, would you like to be on the Bobby Buzzard Show? I'm going to be taping a brand new one on Monday." And he said, "Sure, I would love to be on the show, Bobby." So he's going to be on here. And I said, "You know what? I also need you to be working on something in the house, Tony." Tony's into construction and safety. Oh, two important things in life. He's working on a walk-in closet for me. Yeah, a walk-in closet. And I think he's done a pretty good job. So he's going to come out, tell you a little bit about himself, because you know what? Tomorrow we're going to need to think about safety because we're going to be doing a very special project. We're going to be building something together. Oh, yeah. All you're going to need is a piece of paper, maybe two, and maybe a pair of scissors, and maybe some help from somebody, that can cut. That can cut. Anywho, I hope that you enjoy meeting Tony. He's quite a special guy. Okay, Tony, where are you? Okay, I'm gonna be right there. I'll be right there. I'm just having a little thing here. I got it. No problem. Got it right here. All right. I'm out. Just working on a couple things here. Okay. My name's Tony. Nice to meet you. Listen, Bobby, thanks for having me on your show. I saw that beautiful work you did with my boss, Gus, and he said you should try it. That Bobby, he's a very nice guy. So thanks for letting me be on your show. I was just working on a walk-in closet, and I could walk through, no problem. I walked right through, smooth. So it's walking. You gotta trust me. It's a walk-in closet. Okay, just depends how you walk. Okay, that's the thing. It's not my fault that you can't walk through the closet. All right. Anyway, my name's Tony, and the big thing here is that I help out Bobby with all kinds of construction, and I teach him how to be safe when you're doing things, when you're making things. Okay. So let me just show you the first thing that the first thing that I learned when I went to construction school. Now, you'll notice I'm wearing a beautiful tool belt. That's right. Top of the line, Craftsman. They're out of business now, but hey, it's still a beautiful belt. First thing I learned, by the way, in construction school, and kids, if you're going to be doing some building and some constructing, you might want to pay attention to this tip from Tony. Okay. First thing I learned was you got to make choices in construction. Lots of choices. Not materials, really. The most important choice is the belt, okay? You cannot wear two belts when you're in construction. It's just silly. It's the first rule of construction. You got to make a choice between your pants belt and your tool belt. And I'm telling you right now, 98% of us, we pick the tool belt, okay? So the first thing that's got to happen, got to get rid of the pants belt. One belt. All right, let's just go through the tool belt, see what kinds of things we got in here, all right? Remember, kids, safety first, and I think Bobby, I teach Bobby all about safety, and one of the first things you got in your tool belt is, well, you got to have at least one wristband. It's important. Helps keep you safe. Things from slipping out of your hand. Here's something here over here on my tool belt. I got this beautiful thing here. You know what? It was just used. I use it pretty much every day. We just finished a huge job in the Sedlowski house. A huge job, let me tell you. It was a massive job. Good thing I'm wearing my helmet. Safety first, kids. I hardly felt that. Okay, let's just put that away. A little dangerous for me. The second thing I got, the second most important thing in my tool belt is this right here. We got it here. Yeah, it's a diaper. It's a diaper, yeah, it's a diaper. You know what? Safety first. I don't need to talk about that. The third most important thing in construction and in life really is to have your brain with you at all times. And I keep mine right in my tool belt right here. This is one of the most important things, having your brain with you at all times. I keep mine right on my hip here. That's where it does the most work. All right. Now, let me see. This is great being on the show. Do I got anything over here? Oh, yeah, I got a tape measure. You got to measure when you're doing projects and stuff. I got a tape measure here. It's a big one. I'll just get this thing up. See, okay. Anyway, trust me. Oh, here it is down here. Tape measure. It's got a little crank. You can crank it up. See, it all goes right back into the thing. Lickety split. That was slick. Oh, nice. Tape measure. You need that, of course. I think that's about it for today. The tool belt. Slide rule. Everybody needs a slide rule on the job site. You know, it's professional. It's professional. Need yourself a slide rule. Keep it with me at all times. Actually, I sleep in this tool belt. It doesn't leave me. Doesn't leave me. Alrighty. I think, you know what? Now, you're gonna, guess what, kids? Guess what? Whew, it's pretty hot in this house. Bobby, I want to thank you because Bobby said to me, he said, Tony. And I said, yeah. Would you like to read a story to the kids? And I said, yeah, I would love to read a story. And I got a story. It's one of my favorite ones. I'm going to read it for you. Thanks a lot, Bobby. I really appreciate it. I love you, man. I love you. This one's called Angelina Ballerina. It's a beautiful story. One of my favorites. Let's see if I can read it for you, kids. It's beauty. Angelina Ballerina. Oh, I got to put on my glasses. Where are my glasses? Let me just check my tool belt. That's where I keep all my important things. Oh, yeah. I need my reading glasses. Those is nice. Oh, yeah. These is nice. I kept them right in my tool belt. If you keep things in the same place all the time, kids, you know what? You don't lose them. I don't know how that's just something I learned in construction school. Anywho, here we go. Okay, wait a second. One thing you always have on your tool belt also is a mini hockey stick. You need a mini hockey stick because you never know on the job site when a game is going to break out. And I tell you, over the years, we've had some pretty intense affairs. Anyway, back to the story. Angelina Ballerina. Here goes. All right, hope you can see it. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. More than anything else in the world, Angelina loved to dance. She danced all the time and she danced everywhere. And often she was so busy dancing that she forgot about the other things she was supposed to be doing. Can you see that? Okay. Angelina's mother was always calling to her, Angelina, it's time to tidy up your room now. Or she would say, please get ready for school, Angelina. But Angelina never wanted to go to school. She never wanted she didn't want to do anything except for dance. She just loved dancing. There she is there. This is a difficult book. Okay, let's go here. One night, Angelina even danced in her dreams, and when she woke up in the morning, she knew that she was going to be a real ballerina someday. Now, when Mrs. Mosling called Angelina for breakfast, Angelina was standing on her bed doing curtsies. Like we all do. There she is there. When it was time for school, Angelina was trying on her mother's hats and making sad and funny faces at herself in the mirror. You're going to be late for school again, Angelina, cried Mrs. Mosling. But Angelina did not care. She skipped over rocks and practiced high leaps over the flower beds until she landed right in old Mrs. Hodgepodge's pansies and got a terrible scolding. There's Mrs. Hodgepodge. Well, at playtime, she twirled and spun across the playground so fast that none of the little boys in the class could catch her, and they were all very, very cross. After school, she did a beautiful arabesque in the kitchen and knocked over a pitcher of milk and a plate of her mother's best cheddar cheese pies. She just dances like crazy. "Oh, Angelina, your dancing is nothing but a nuisance," said her mother. So she sent Angelina straight upstairs to her room and went to have a talk with Mr. Mosling. Mrs. Mosling shook her head and said, "I just don't know what to do about Angelina." Mr. Mosling thought for a while, and then he said, "I think I may have an idea." That same afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Mosling went out together before the shops closed. The next morning, at breakfast, Angelina found a large box with her name on it. Inside the box was a pink ballet dress and a pair of pink ballet slippers. Angelina's father smiled at her kindly. "I think you're ready to take ballet lessons," he said. Angelina was so excited that she jumped straight up in the air and landed with one foot in her mother's sewing basket. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Oh, exciting story. That very next day, Angelina took her pink slippers and ballet dress and went to her very first lesson at Miss Lily's ballet school. There were 9 other little girls in the class, and they all practiced curtsies and pliés and ran around the room together just like fairies. Then they skipped and twirled about until it was time to go home. "Congratulations, Angelina," said Miss Lily. "You're a good little dancer, and if you work hard, you may grow up to be a real ballerina one day." There they all are, dancing together. I love dance. Angelina ran all the way home to give her mother a big hug. "I'm the happiest little mouse in the world today," she said. From that day on, Angelina came downstairs when her mother called her and tidied her room, and she went to school on time. She seems happy now that she's doing what she likes to do. She helped her mother make cheddar cheese pies, and she even let the boys catch her on the playground sometimes. Angelina was so busy dancing at Miss Lily's that she didn't need to dance at supper time or at bedtime or on the way to school anymore. She went every day to her ballet lessons and worked very hard for many, many years. Until, at last, I'm going to move that back because it's a big picture. Ooh. Until at last she became the famous ballerina Mademoiselle Angelina, and people came from far and wide to enjoy her lovely dancing. That is the end of the story, and that's the end of me. Okay? Listen, Bobby, thanks for having me on the show. It's over. You can tell by the whistle. I'm done. Alrighty. We'll see you again next time. Remember, kids, safety first. That's what's important here, okay? Wow, that was great. Did you see Tony? I told you he was a nice guy. Safety first, kids. That's important. Tony's taught me a lot about being safe. Now, I think that's all the time we have for the show today. Remember, tomorrow bring 2 pieces of paper, maybe 1, maybe no paper, maybe just watch. I don't really. Doesn't matter. Don't matter none. 1, 2, you know what to do. Oh, you can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. No, you you can't roller skate in a buffalo herd, but you can be happy if you just think about it. All you gotta do is put your mind to it. Knuckle down, buckle down, do it, do it, do it. Oh, you can't take a shower in a parakeet's cage. You can't take a shower in a parakeet's cage. You can't take a shower in a parakeet's cage. But you can be happy if you just think about it. All you gotta do is put your mind to it. Knuckle down, buckle down, do it, do it, do it. All you gotta do is put your mind to it. Knuckle down, buckle down, do it, do it, do it. Just be happy, folks. Be happy. It's simple. Bye-bye. So long from Bobby Buzzard. See you tomorrow, kids. I think that went well. Oh, I think it went really well. This is the best show. This is the best one ever. How do you turn this thing off? How do you get this thing up? How do you